Hello and welcome everybody to another Outlaws of Thunder Junction draft. We are currently sitting at Plat 1. I definitely did a draft off stream. You know, I did like 5 drafts yesterday, or 4. I recorded like 4. And then I just like, in the evening, I'm like, you know what? I want to take a break. And then you know what I did? It was like 10 p.m. and I just fired up another draft. So now we're Plat 1. Here we are. That's a good sign though, right? I mean, I even woke, right now, I did some editing this morning and then I just went on and I'm like, you know what? I am really excited to draft. So why don't you and I get together, hop in this queue, and open some sweet rares. All right, let's do that. Now, before this draft starts, I did say, if you wanted to support this content in another way, I did launch my Patreon channel. Shout out to all the current patrons. I really do appreciate all of your support. The link to the Patreon is in the description below. Right now, I mean, the biggest thing I think by joining the Patreon is you will get access to the Discord channel, and it's kind of popping off right now. A lot of discussions on card evaluations. I'm getting into the mix as well. It's day 1, so everything is really exciting. Everybody's playing like 4 or 5 drafts a day, so a lot of information that's being shared within the Discord, and yeah, it's just overall a very good time. Now, let's hop in to this draft. Can we open something awesome, something green? Oh, that's something awesome, something green! Wait, here it is. Bristlebud Farmer, 2 green, 5/5 trample. When Bristlebud Farmer enters the battlefield, create 2 food tokens. When Bristlebud Farmer attacks, you may sack a food. If you do, mill 3 cards and you may put a permanent card from among them into your hand. That just doesn't seem reasonable. That card is ridiculous. It's a 4-mana 5/5 trampler that makes 2 foods and you turn the foods into cards? Anyways. Moving on, let's take a look at the other card. Shoot the Sheriff is a very, very good removal spell. Kills about maybe half the creatures in the format, maybe a little bit more. Rataback Apothecary is also fine. It's a 3-mana 3/2 Death Toucher, so it trades with everything. And you can give something Menace or Lifelink, which is nice. Had it not been for the Farmer, though, I think I would have taken either Shoot the Sheriff or Outcast or Greenblade. I've been very, very impressed with this card. Oftentimes, this is just like a 3-mana 3/4. That gets you a desert. So really, really like that card. Trash the Town in that pack as well. But I mean, come on. It's a Bristlebud Farmer. What am I going to do? Not take Bristlebud Farmer? Let's be real here. All right, moving on to this pack. We have Surgical Extraction, which is not a playable Magic card. So we're not going to take that. Marauding Sphinx is a nice top-end creature here. 5 mana for a 3/5 flying Vigilance Ward 2. When you commit a crime, surveil 2. This ability triggers only once each turn. This Town Ain't Big Enough is also a very, very good bounce spell. I think this is just a B-level card. You can either use this as a nice tempo play to get 2 things out of the way, or you can use this to save your creature. There's just a lot of flexibility built into this card, so I really, really like this. But I think, given that I first picked the Bristlebud Farmer, I just want to take a good green card. So I'm going to take the Intrepid Stablemaster. It's a 2-mana 2/2 reach creature. Taps you for a green mana. I think for green, getting to 4 mana is super, super important, and this also gives you a discount when you cast your mount spells. I think on power level alone, the Marauding Sphinx might be better, but given that I took the first pick Bristlebud Farmer, taking the Stablemaster and keeping ourselves just a little bit open, right? Just delaying what we need to be in terms of a second color, I think is really nice, right? So I'm going to take the Stablemaster and see what happens here, and here we get rewarded, right? We have a Buried in the Garden. I would be shocked if this is not the best card in the pack. There's also a Mystical Tether, but look, we're already going to be green. And then in that case, what's better, Buried in the Garden or Mystical Tether? It's 100% Buried in the Garden. This Ram Shoot, this allows you to splash another color. This is exactly what we need. Other cards to just look at are Gem Lightfoot. This card is just very strong. 4 mana for a 3/3 flying Vigilance. At the beginning of your end step, if you haven't cast a spell, draw a card. Very, very good in the blue-white pass deck, right? You play this, next turn you pass, you draw a card, then you play like Mystical Tether at instant speed, and that's really, really good. But I'm going to slam Buried in the Garden. We can either splash it or just play white. It's nice to see the Buried in the Garden and Mystical Tether. Note that Pillage the Bog is just okay. I don't think it's fantastic. It is a 2-mana way to like look at 6 or 8 cards and dig pretty deep, but I don't think it's better rather than a card like Buried in the Garden. All right. Moving into this pack, what do we have? Gold Rush, which is an okay combat trick. It's 2 mana to make a treasure and give something +2/+2 until end of turn. Potentially more. I'm not sure how many ways there are to make a lot of treasure, but it is pretty nice. Not a big fan of High Noon. Hypothesizzle is a pretty cool removal spell, but it really stretches our mana a lot given what we have so far. I'm not really interested in taking a Bristlepack Sentry or a Giant Beaver this early, though. I just think Giant Beaver is a highly replaceable 4-mana creature. And Bristlepack Sentry is also kind of replaceable. So I'm going to take Consuming Ashes. I think given the fact that this format is slower, this card is better. Because you're just killing bigger things a lot of the time, and you're not getting run over. So I'm going to spec here on the Consuming Ashes to see if something like black-green potentially is open. Because like I said before, Buried in the Garden is highly splashable, and I think Consuming Ashes is a premium removal spell in this format, given how much slower this format is than others. Moving on to this pack. Not a big fan of Heartless Pillage. Ariet's Lullaby is mediocre. Outlaw Medic is okay if I needed a 2-drop, but I'm just going to take Patient Naturalist. We 100% want to cut off green if we can. Desperate Bloodseeker is also okay, but I do like the Patient Naturalist a lot, especially if you're going to be black-green. That's a color combination that's looking to self-mill. Now, both of these cards self-mill, but this one gets you a land or a treasure. So let's take the Patient Naturalist here and try to cut off the green and move on here. Here we have Fell the Mighty. This is not a card that I want in my Bristlebud Farmer deck. Not exactly what we're looking to do here. So here I'm looking at, there's a black-red desert, but I don't have any red cards, so I don't think I need this too badly. So the question here is, if we want it to be black-green, then I think the Desperate Bloodseeker is kind of what we want over the Spinewood Paladin, just because I think the Spinewood Paladin is kind of replacement level, whereas the black-green deck is looking to play a bunch of creatures and self-mill. So I'm going to try this. I'm not seeing a ton of white. Buried in the Garden is certainly splashable. And I want to take the Bloodseeker here because I really want to draft the black-green self-mill deck. And I do think that the Bloodseeker is a very important piece when you're trying to draft that deck. Whereas the Spinewood Paladin, it's a fine card. It's the solid. But there's just a ton of good 4-mana fat green creatures that I just think it's kind of replaceable. Here I'm going to take Stubborn Burrow Fiend. This card is just great. It's a 2-mana 2/2 mount creature. It's another self-mill card, and it also gets big. So works really, really well with cards like the Bloodseeker and the Naturalist, because there are just going to be instances where the Stubborn Burrow Fiend is just a 2-mana 5/5 when it attacks. So it's got a relatively high saddle cost, but it's 2. That's still fine. Your millers can still saddle this. So I'm going to take the Burrow Fiend. Green definitely seems open here. Not so sure about the second color, but let's see if we can make the black-green deck a thing. Definitely with the self-mill cards, I do want some creature recursion if possible. Moving on here, there's Intimidation Campaign on the splash, but I'm just going to take Ankle Biter. In this type of deck, you really want a high number of creatures, and Ankle Biter is just great because it's a thing that trades early, and it trades up in mana. It's good with the bite spells, and it just adds to your creature count. So it's kind of like a bad removal spell, but the fact that it's a creature is relevant with cards like the Stubborn Burrow Fiend, Bristlebud Farmer, and also cards like, what was it? The payoff card. What is it? The thing that makes a bunch of 2/1 squirrels? I think it could be useful there. Insatiable Avarice, I'm not a big fan of. It's 3 mana to draw 3 cards, but it's triple black. Or black and 2 colorless to put a card on top. I'm not that interested in either, so I'm just going to take the Rooftop Assassin, although I don't think the Assassin is particularly good as well. Here, I'm going to take the Bristlepack Sentry. I don't think I'm going to need it here. We don't have a ton of 4-power creatures, but I'll take it just in case we are on the lookout for another 2-mana card, but I'll put it in the sideboard for now. Now we have the choice of Lively Dirge, return up to 2. I'm going to take that over Full Steam Ahead. I just don't know that this overrun effect is what we need. Lively Dirge could be interesting, though, in a deck that's really milling itself pretty hard. So I will take it here in case we want to play a reanimation type effect. It's pretty nice at search your library for a card. So you can put any card into your graveyard. I don't know how relevant that is, but we'll take it there. Black also didn't seem super open. We're just kind of mono green. We'll see where things go. Red definitely not open, so I don't think I'm going to take this Magda here. But yeah, Lively Dirge, we can return. So ideally what you want to do is be able to return like not that many good ones, right? We have the Ankle Biter, so often you're going to want to like return 2 2s, right? For 4 mana. For 5, you can put a 2 into your graveyard and then put it into play. I'll consider it, just because we're still in the format. We're still in the phase where we're trying things out. I'm going to take another Patient Naturalist here over the Desperate Bloodseeker. We have 4 things to do early already. So I'm going to take this here. as it's just another nice way to mill myself. I do need the payoff cards. I'm not sure what the payoff cards are. I'm not going to lie to you. I don't know what the payoff cards are. But look, I just want to be good at milling myself, right? I mean, Stubborn Burrow Fiend is a payoff card, right? All right, moving on here, we have Assimilation Aegis, which is pretty hard to cast. It's a nice removal spell, right? It's a pretty nice removal spell, but it's pretty hard to cast. I love Servant of the Stinger, though. And there's also Beastbond Outcaster. There's also Black-Green Desert, but I don't think I'm going to take that over one of these 2 premium uncommons. Do I have a lot of 4 power creatures? I don't. So I'm going to take Servant of the Stinger. I've been really impressed with this card. I think the Outcaster is also good, but I just feel the fact that this can allow me to search up Bristlebud Farmer, and also, again, I'm on the lookout for that thing that makes 2/1 squirrels. So having a way to tutor for those squirrels is super, super nice. Now I think I might take the Beastbond Outcaster. I'm green-black. I could splash blue here for make your own luck, I guess, but I just don't think that I need to. Mourner Surprise would be a nice card to get here, just because it allows us to get like our Bristlebud Farmer back. But I'm going to take the Outcaster. I still think it's early enough. And look, you can still plot this on turn 2 and have it come into play as a 3/3, which I still think is pretty strong. When in doubt, take the creature. The Commando is fine but replaceable. I'm going to take the Outcaster. We do have a Farmer. We can saddle this and make this big as well. I just think there are going to be ways for me to be able to draw a card off of this. So I'm going to take the Outcaster here just for some value. And there it is! Yes! Yes, we got it! We got Rise of the Varmints. Oh man, this is the card that I wanted. This is the card that I wanted. It would be really sad if I mill this. If I can splash blue for the Slick Shot, cast a spell from your graveyard, that would be great. But I'm slamming Rise of the Varmints because I'm hoping that this is the new spider spawning, and I'm hoping to do some fun things with this card. All right, moving on to this pack, 0 green or black cards. There's an Eartha Joe, but I mean, it's just a little bit too hard to cast. I'm just going to take a red-green desert here in case I have some things that care about committing crimes, and in case, there's like a red card I want to splash. There's nothing else in this pack for us, sadly. So let's take the red-green desert and move on. All right, Desperate Bloodseeker is another 2-mana card that self-mill. So we now have 4 cards that self-mill, which is super nice. But it definitely feels like we're getting cut in this pack, I will say. Moving on to this pack, Neutralize the Guards is not a card I really like very much. I think it's maybe a good sideboard card. Nezumi Linkbreaker also doesn't seem especially good here. I'm not really doing any sacrifice things. So what do I want here? Like the Silver Deputy, I guess. I guess I'll take the Deputy in case I need mana fixing, but unlikely to want to play that. I'm going to take another Patient Naturalist here. I feel like there's just not, like, I can't have too many of these cards. Although Shepherd of the Clouds is also really nice. Wait, hold on. No, hold on. I'm going to take Shepherd of the Clouds. Yeah. I really want to play Buried in the Garden, and this is just a 5-mana 4/3 Gravedigger. Right? The thing is, I'm not going to have a ton of mounts, but I just feel like this thing has the potential to get me a ton of value. So I'm going to take it and be on the lookout for some white mana fixing. Take a Reach for the Sky, although I'm not the biggest fan of this unless I'm very aggressive, and the black-green deck doesn't look to be the most aggressive deck. All right, definitely going to pick up my first copy of Mourner Surprise. We have a lot of self-mill, so in case we mill the Bristlebud Farmer, this is a nice way to get it back. So I think I want at least 1 copy of this card, potentially 2. All right, there's number 2. I don't think I'm going to take the Glamour. I do want to keep my splash to a minimum, and I do think the Mourner Surprise is probably important for this type of strategy. There's a Bandit's Haul that I could potentially play here if I need the fixing here for the white for Buried in the Garden and Shepherd of the Clouds. Wow, Trained Airings with 2 cards left is kind of wild. I definitely need some more interaction. Right now, I only have Consuming Ashes and Buried in the Garden, so I would love like the Saddle Fight spell, some more black removal spells, cards of that nature would be nice for us. Skullcrack, wildly unplayable. I don't have any legendary creatures, so Vraska Joins Up isn't very good. Is this just another Desperate Bloodseeker? It might be. What else is there? Rakish Crew doesn't seem that great. I don't really care about Arid Archway. I don't really think I care about the Commando. All right, let's take the Bloodseeker. This is probably like the last Bloodseeker that I need. I feel like this is probably enough self-mill. And we'll move on. Ooh, Hard Bristle Bandit is perfect for this. Unfortunate Accident is also very good. Hold on. The thing is, the Bandit gives us the white fixing and the ramp. And it's a creature. Whereas the Unfortunate Accident is just a really solid removal spell. And we are lacking interaction. I think the bigger weakness that we have for our deck is the lack of interaction. So I'm going to take the Unfortunate Accident here. I'm not sure how correct that is, but I will take the Unfortunate Accident out of this pack just because I do feel like I need some removal. Like in this format, you absolutely need to take some removal for all the awesome bombs that exist in the format. Now we'll take the Black-White land here as there's nothing great for us. This gives us the splash for the Shepherd of the Clouds and Buried in the Garden. And we'll move on. Oh, Badlands Revival. That is also an incredible payoff card. I mean, this is like a Mourner Surprise, but times a million. This is exactly what I want. I really wanted to draft this deck, and I'm really happy that this seems to be coming together. Oh, and a Colossal Rattleworm! What? What is this pack? I can splash Vanishing Burst, there's a Black-Green land, there's a Raucous Entertainer, and there's a Stubborn Burrow Fiend. Holy cow. But we're going to slam Colossal Rattleworm. I'm going to play this Desert here just to give myself the chance of being able to flash this out and eat something. Oh man, this deck is coming together. I don't think I want Lively Dirge. I think Mourner Surprise is probably just better. And, oh, another Badlands Revival. Yeah, I definitely want this. Definitely want this. Oh, man. And we have, what? Triple Bloodseeker, double Patient Naturalist. Yeah, oh, this is looking great. I mean, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, no more spells. No more spells. I'm going to take 2 more creatures, and I'm gonna be ready to go. I can probably cut 1 Mourner Surprise now that I have 2 Badlands Revival. You really want to minimize the spells that you have, and I think this is a good mix. We have 3 removal spells, 2 of these awesome payoff cards. I kind of wish I had the 2 mana 1/1 ramp creature over this this Unfortunate Accident. But look, I mean, it can't be that wrong. Unfortunate Accident is good. So we have 2 awesome creatures to fetch for. This thing even gets you a desert. I don't know how relevant that is. Oh, a Servant of the Stinger. Yep, that's exactly what I want. Memory Vessel. Yeah, that's exactly what I want. This is just a tutor, right? You sacked. Oh, another Servant of the Stinger. Let's go. I'm going to take it. I'm going to take it over Patient Naturalist. This card is just awesome. Well, so hold on. You have to commit a crime, though. So what can I do? I can target my opponents if I need with the Desperate Bloodseeker. I have Unfortunate Accident, Consuming Ashes. I'm going to take it over Patient Naturalist number 3, but I'm not sure if that was correct. I'll take a Freestyle Commando. I do feel like I could use like another fat creature. So I'll take that. Oh, but the Bandit tabled! Oh man, okay. This is a deck. This is a deck with magic cards. I'm excited about it. I don't know how good it is. But it looks... Oh my god, the Burrow Fiend table too. We have some difficult cuts here to make, friends. Wow. I probably don't even need the Ankle Biter, to be honest. All right. Let's just put this all in. We got some cooking to do. All right. Getaway Glamour. It's the splash card, so I'll get rid of it. Reach for the Sky, we'll get rid of. Bandit's Hall, cut this. Cut the Full Steam Ahead. Although Full Steam Ahead plus Rise of the Varmints is kind of cool. Silver Deputy we can cut. We can cut those 2. I think we can probably play 16 lands with 2 mana creatures. I can cut Ankle Biter. Our 2s are awesome. We have 10 2-drops. All right. 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 2-drops. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Oh, Rooftop Assassin can go. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 17 creatures. Okay. And then, yeah, you know what? I think that's what I am going to do. Our curve is pretty good. We have 2 white cards. How many planes do we want? We have the Hard Bristle Bandit, which gets us a white source. Is three of these good enough? Flats and 2 planes. Flats and 2 planes and a Hard Bristle Bandit gives us 4 white sources. Yeah, that seems pretty good. Getaway Glamour looks cool. Like, the fact that I can blink these creatures is nice, right? The fact that I can blink these creatures is nice and get some extra value. I can also blink the Outcaster, the Farmer, the Shepherd of the Clouds. Oof. Also, like I said, going straight black-green could be a thing, but I just feel like this gives me good interaction that I don't have. And like I said before, I think that is pretty important. Let's play the maximum fun version here and see where that takes us. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Now, do I want to... This is... Well, it's still probably a 17-land deck just because of my color requirements. Like, I think I want to play 8 green sources. So we try something like this. This allows us to play just like the sweetest version of this deck, I think. And this gives us access to 4 removal spells, which I think kind of hits that bare minimum. And then 2 Badlands Revivals. I really just want to try this card. And Rise of the Varmints is like a really sweet payoff card. And then we just need to cut like 1 card out of this. Is it like 1 Servant of the Stinger just because I'm not able to commit crimes that easily? I like my mana ramp creatures. To be completely honest, it's probably a 2. I think the Servant of the Stinger has just too much upside in the fact that it's just a death touch creature. If I do commit a crime, now I don't have a ton of ways to commit a crime, but like the one time that I do get to commit a crime, the fact that this gets me the Rise of the Varmints or one of my other bombs, I just think makes it super good. I'm going to actually cut 1 Desperate Bloodseeker. I have 2 Burrow Fiends, 2 Bloodseekers, and 2 Naturalists. I think that's enough. We'll see. But this deck is really exciting. So I'm hoping for some sweet draws here. Like I said, we have, I think, too many 2-drops, so we have to cut one of them. And I think it was either between the Desperate Bloodseeker or the 1/3 Death Touch creature. I mean, maybe the 1/3, if you just draw 2. The thing is, if you can ever cash them in, is there any... Oh, I have Deserts! And Bloodseekers. Yeah, no, never mind. Yeah, I definitely want all of the Servant of the Stingers. This hand's a little awkward because I don't have any black mana. I have the Plains, which probably would have been a swamp. But we can plot the Outcaster on 2 and then just play a Commando on 3, which is still fine. I mean, I would love to just draw a black source. Raucous Entertainer is excellent. Oh, we did draw just a black source. How fortuitous. Just going to play a Servant of the Stinger here. Oh, come on. And this is why we play removal spells. Silly. This is why we play removal spells. So it costs 4 mana to kill. Oh, God. What do we do? Ordinary Tumble. I played against an opponent. I was 6-2 last night. They had 3 of these. I'm just going to play this as a 3/3. The reason why I'm doing this is turn 4, I can like double. I can play this and plot. Oh, they didn't saddle it. They made a big mistake. They needed to saddle it. Oh, man. Okay. Well, we drew Badlands Revival, which is pretty cool. I'm going to play the Bloodseeker, target myself, and then plot this. And we cannot attack. Really need a black source here for Unfortunate Accident. Yeah, Tumblewag is a heck of a Magic card, I'm just going to say. They didn't saddle it again. What the heck? Okay. I mean, they probably have a combat trick, but it's really not that bad for us. Wait, if I put this into play, is it a 5/5? I just didn't even consider that. I should have blocked with the commando. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that could have been a mistake. Yeah, that would have come into play as a 5/5, wouldn't it? Wouldn't it? All right. Anyways, I'm going to put the Death Touch creature in play. I don't think I have too much time to mess around here. Target up to one creature. This one comes to the battlefield. And we'll put the Burrow Fiend into our hand. Let's attack. Do I want to play this? No. I can play it next turn. Next turn I can play the Burrow Fiend, saddle it, and then play this and draw a card. What a silly card this is. It just stays in play and just distributes counters infinitely. So they didn't saddle. Oh, is there a first strike combat trick? I mean, I don't care. They definitely have it. If it's a first strike combat trick. The quick draw or whatever? It must be quick draw, right? Come on, Black Source. Or Buried in the Garden. What just happened? Oh my gosh. Oh, wait. Oh, they just gave it first strike. Okay, that wasn't too bad. Okay. Well, let's hope to hit a... Well, yeah, let's hope to hit a Black Source here. I feel like I need to run out the Patient Naturalist. We hit a green... And we... Okay. That was literally the worst possible thing. We milled Rise of the Varmints, and we hit a forest. Like, I could have hit a treasure. That would have been great. Oh my gosh. That's disappointing. Let's saddle it up. It's a 7/7. Wow. And another green source. This happens only when it gets saddled for the first time each turn, it seems. How do I deal with the Tumblewag? I guess you just don't? Whatever. My plan here is to potentially chump the Tumblewag and then just like try to kill them with the Burrow Fiend. Seems like a sound strategy. So they are all in on this Tumblewag. It's a 10/10. All right, you got me. I'll block. Black Source. They plotted something. What is this? Oh, it's a 5/5. Okay. Hard Bristle Bandit. Okay, that's good. It gets me the second black. Let's, I wanted to say crew, but you know what I meant. Oh no, I messed up the sequencing. I'm so bad at Magic the Gathering. Oh. I needed to do this first. Goodness. Well, let's just say I miss, okay? Let's just assume I miss. So it should have been a 9/9. Oh well. We're beaten down. Okay. Would have been almost lethal. I mean, they're gonna block. Okay, so it's a trade and they go to 5. Okay. So hopefully this life difference doesn't really matter. This Burrow Fiend is absurd. It's a 2-mana 8/8. What the heck? Well, they just played a 4/4 and a 5. Okay. Okay. You know what? Fine. And the thing is, our opponent's not really going to put it. They don't need to put a counter on the Tumblewag anymore. They can just put it on, like, the Varmint or something. Sure, the Beaver. Double the counters on the Tumblewag. Oh, they didn't saddle it. Whatever. I don't feel like taking 10 damage. Oh, that's interesting. How many cards left do I have in my deck? 13? $11. Yep. I'm just gonna kill this now. I wonder if I should be sandbagging this. Thinking, using my brain. I'll sandbag it. I mean, with the Bandit in play, it just replaces itself anyways. What do I have left in my deck? All my white cards are still in my deck. All my payoff cards I milled. Badlands Revival, etc. What is happening here? They're attacking me? Okay, let's block, I guess. Wait, what was that? Oh, it's just a 3/3? Okay. Alright. Buried in the Garden. Definitely want to do that. Oh man, I just need to like not completely mill myself. I mean, this is basically just the Abyss, right? But if they kill my Burrow Fiend, I'm in a lot of trouble. So I still have both of my white cards in my deck. Oh man, is the 1 damage gonna matter? Oh, I think it's gonna matter. Oh, I have a Mountain play. What does this do? Return target permanent with mana value 3 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. So Free Strider Commando seems awesome. Putting that in for free looks incredible to me. Oh, actually, you know what? I should have played this first, and I would have gone in for more damage. Oh well. Alright, this should be good though. Alright, our deck did some fun things. Man, the Burrow Fiend was awesome. And we have 3 ways to buy stuff back, which is really nice. Alright. I had fun. I had lots of fun. That was great. That was incredible. That's exactly what I was kind of hoping for when I built this deck. Yeah. That was exactly what I was hoping. Yeah, so I feel like we have enough mill. We have 6 things that mill us and 2 creatures that mill us on a regular basis with 3 things to get stuff back from the graveyard, which I think is pretty good. And I just like the combination of all the other cards that I have. And especially because the 2-mana 1/3 creature acts as tutors. So, all right, I like this. Ooh, playing against many a teenager's idol in Taylor Swift. Can we defeat T-Swizzle? This is a good hand. Desperate Bloodseeker, Patient Naturalist. I like it. It's what you want in every opener with this black-green deck. Ooh, and Badlands Revival? Yes, please. Important to draw them. Oh, and the white source for the Glamour? Is it Glamour or Glamour? No idea. I just know that it's awesome. Blinking my commandos and turning it into 5/5. Mono blue. Chances they have Archmage's Charm? Against the counterspell heavy deck, I don't know. Like, what can... They could counter my Naturalist. I mean, I'm still going to play it, I guess. I have Badlands Revival. I'm fine. All right, I don't have to discard, right? Okay. I mean, I can just play this main phase too. Spring Splasher. Oh, buddy. Yeah. Who needs a desert when you can still just play a 4-mana 6/5 Trampler against an opponent who's stuck on mana? If they play the tap a creature thing, we can Glamour and we can blink it. So. Mana Drain? Look at them with their fancy schmancy from the vault call. Okay. I forgot this also mills, by the way. Okay, here you go. Good luck. Good luck. Sorry. Oh, man. Is our deck good? Does it have good cards? Oh, my gosh. They're at 9 life already? What happened? What on earth happened? Like, there's a chance they chump with the Naturalist, so let's do this. What do I want? I'll take the Scorpion. Sure. Let's see how they block. Interesting. So my thing is a 5/5. Could just kill these two and then play the Badlands Revival. Seems fine. I could also use the Glamour to like remove something from combat. But I think that's worse. Wait, what happens if I kill... Do I kill them? Hold on. If I exile the Wrangler, they die, right? This is trample? 6, 7, 8, 9? Yeah, okay. All right. Look, I found the line, okay? I found the lethal line. Boom! This deck's awesome. I love it. Green rare's a little too strong. Like, come on. This set is juiced. This set is juiced, which is why, again, really, really important. Because so many of the bombs are just like giant rate monsters, it is super important that you prioritize making sure that your deck has answers to those cards. I have Rise of the Varmints. I really want to keep. Yeah, screw it. I'm going to keep. I need a forest. One forest will make it awesome. Oh, yes! This is the blessed run! The blessed run! All right. Wow, just forest right off the top? Just like, thank you, Arena! Are you making up for something? I really appreciate it. I appreciate you tremendously. All right, blue-black crime deck. All right, Patient Naturalist. Did I hit a land? I did. Was a desert. Rise of the Varmints for 3. Not good enough. Not good enough. Shackle Slinger. Sure. Attack. Trades? All right, Desperate Bloodseeker, target ourselves. Mill a couple lands. Ping them. I wonder if I should actually be saving this for my Scorpion. Perhaps I should. All right, kind of out of guess. We do have the Unfortunate Accident. They're keeping up a bunch of mana, though. Gonna attack. I'm still just gonna wait. I'm gonna wait on the Rise from the Varmints. And I feel like I shouldn't be plotting it either. Oh, wow. Stoic Sphinx. What does it say? Has hexproof as long as you haven't cast a spell this turn. I see. They didn't want to ambush. Okay. I mean, it hits hard, but I can attack them back. What do they do? Plot a lockpicker. They don't have any spells, though. I mean, this should be good enough. They're at 12. Well, I'm hoping it's good enough. I don't know if it's actually good enough. Another Shackle Slinger. Sure. Slickshot Lockpicker with no value is always fine by me. They have 2 mana up. Okay, got a land. So what happens if I attack with everything? They take 6 and eat 2 things. I'll wait. I'll attack this turn. This makes them take way more damage. Yeah, this is good. If they use something to kill my creature, then I can kill their Stoic Sphinx. All right. And we have the Burrow Fiend, which is also gigantic. All right, what is your 1 card? Plan the Heist, okay. Surveil 3 draws. I like this card, by the way. The format, I think, is slow enough where a card like this is actively good. So they're going to be able to surveil 3. I mean, this is a lot of attack. This is a lot of attack coming in. Stubborn Burrow Fiend is going to be like, how big? 7? I have 7 creatures. Wow. So they binned Nimble Brigand and Razzle Dazzler. Let's see what they find. I mean, I would guess that at least they have a way to kill the Burrow Fiend. Yeah. All right. Then they probably want to stun something. All right. So that was really good. I mean, Plan to Heist was an excellent draw there. Because now we're kind of out of gas. Let's see. They're at 6. We'll just try to start forcing some good blocks for us. This is good though. Now I can attack with all 3 of these creatures. I mean, depends on what they have, obviously. Do they have another creature? They don't. Wow, Colossal Rattleworm. What a draw. Might as well attack with everything and see what trades. This Mercenary token is nice too. All right, they're at 4. We can play this at instant speed. Oh, Fibble. Okay, I gotta kill them quick. Now, the nice thing is whatever they have, they're gonna plot. All right. Four mana, 6/5 flash trample. The new Flample, by the way. The new Flample. Flash trample. Ample amounts of trample. All right. 3-0 with our sweet Abzan number. I got the Rise of the Varmints. I got to keep again. We have green is the thing we have the most of. Ooh, turn 1 Harrier Strix is kind of scary. Good thing we have this Desperate Bloodseeker. That helps. We got some time here. I do have the turn 2 Bloodseeker. All right, so they're trying to... It's like a blue-white tempo deck almost. And by almost, I mean definitely. Let's mill ourselves. Got the plains and a creature. Look at this start. All right, look at you. Saddle it up. Would love something relevant to play next turn. Can't block. That is something relevant to block. Now, do I just want to naturally mill myself or no? I don't think so. I think I care more about the life gain here. So I'm just going to do that. I'll trade. Like, honestly, I just want to minimize the damage that I take. Like, if they have a trick, they have a trick, right? So, I'm okay with that. Another Badlands Revival. This is super rough just because we don't have a play this turn. And they're going to play like a Holy Cow or something. Yeah, the double green here. I'm just going to plot this. I just don't think that 2/2/1s is relevant on this board. All right, Wrangler of the Damned. All right, they have a sweet deck. Yeah, Wrangler of the Damned is very, very good. All right, this one might be GG's. They're trading it with a bird? Okay. We'll return the bandit to the battlefield, and we'll put the Burrow Fiend into our hand. I just want the second green for the Rattle Worm. Wow, that was their play that turn? Inventive Wingsmith, okay. I mean, the thing is, our 2/1s can't really attack. Maybe this wasn't great, but... Alright, the Shepherd is fantastic. I think I'm just going to play that. Do I have a mount? Oh, let's play the mount first. This is actually kind of rough. The reason being... It's like, I kind of want to play around the counterspell. I think that's more important. So yeah, let's just play this... and play around a counterspell. Put the Bloodseeker into our hand. And they could have a counter now. Yeah, I still play it. I'd rather they counter the Burrow Fiend. I mean, they could just not have a counter. But I'd rather they counter the Burrow Fiend. And, you know, we have a way to get it back still. Let's saddle. Just to mill ourselves. It's like playing a Desperate Bloodseeker. Look, we hit 2 creatures. Bam. Detention Sphere? Come on, friend! Not cool. Bristlebud Farmer. That, however, is cool. It gives me food, which is very important. Come on, Bristlebud Farmer. They have 1 card left. Give us a couple of food. Let's play the Bloodseeker here and target ourselves. I mean, I could untap this, but I feel like I'd rather just get in for a bigger Burrow Fiend and mill more cards for the Badlands Revival. Turbo Mill! All right. Attack for 5. Hey, we're hitting. We're hitting. I mean, to be honest, I might just use the food to gain life. We're dying from these flyers and such, but I mean, they're at 12 life too. Keep that in mind. Nothing really great to return. Did not hit a creature. What can I get back? Do I want a sack of food to get something back? I just don't think so. I'm just going to attack for lots of damage. No, I would not like to get value. No, thank you. The thing is, if they find some kind of crazy block to kill my thing, I can just put it back into play with Badlands Revival, right? And I still have mana to sack a food to gain life, right? So I have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 mana. So I can cast Badlands Revival and still sack a food. Yeah, and they recognize that their game plan is to kill me with flyers. All right, we're at 7. I am going to pass. Aven Interrupter. Okay. Are these all flyers? Holy cow. Two, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9. Take the fall, okay? They're digging. Are there more ways for me to gain life? All right, 5 damage. This doesn't have reach, right? Okay, it does not. They got to be careful. They have to be careful. I'll have 3 lethal attackers next turn. Crack of food. Look, a 4-mana 5/5 trampler that makes 2 food. That's all I need. That's all I need in my life. All right, hit another creature. All right, so that's just lots of offense. All my... yeah, okay. Not going to sack a food. Once again. I wonder what they have. Mystical Tether. Sure. Okay. They need to block both of my creatures. I could not have killed them if I attack with the bandit. And now I can bring another Burrow Fiend into play. Which I think that's what I want to do. Return it to the battlefield. Let's play this, and then I can't really commit a crime. They're at 2. This thing has reach. All right. I'm at 5 though. I think I'd rather just gain 2 life here, honestly. You know, I actually messed that up. I actually did mess that up. I should have put the Stable Master in play. I don't care about this Burrow Fiend. There are 2. I should have put the Stable Master in play and had the food to sack. So now I can die to, like, I don't know, +3 spell. I mean, probably not, though. They said good game. All right, close one, though. They had a nice blue-white deck. Like, all flyers. We just overpowered them with our rares. But they had a nice blue-white, like, Tempo Skies deck. But I think that was a really close one. But our deck is just really good. What can I say? That Badger is awesome. Just take a bunch of creatures, and you're looking at a 2-mana 5/5 in a lot of instances. So I really, really wanted to draft this black-green self-mill deck, and I'm super happy that it kind of all came together. I'm really happy about this deck. All right. Ooh, we have all of our mana? Granted, we've been getting pretty lucky with our mana. I'm not gonna lie. All right, got some self-mill and a Badlands Revival once again. Lead with the flats. It's kind of weird. I mean, I know this is a way to commit a crime, but I just, you gotta play the tap lands turn 1. You know what I mean? Damn. I guess I didn't want the lands, but I would have also liked to mill creatures. Just saying. Oh. That's actually super interesting. Do I want to mill myself now to set up for the Badlands Revival? Or do I just want to make sure I get in for 2? I think I just want to make sure I get in for 2. Gain some life. Not miss free damage. But, you know, reanimating something large is tempting. All right, playing against like some kind of a Grixis control crime thing. We'll see. They might have the explosive derail. I mean, they could have any number of removal spells here for a stubborn Burrow Fiend. If they play a creature, probably just going to run out the Baron in the Garden just for some acceleration. I just don't know how like a Badger can be like a 6/6, but it is what it is. Marchesa. All right. I say no to you. Let's mill ourselves. This way, like, I'm not giving up as much damage. I just feel like, on average, you'd expect to mill, like, one creature. Or very close to one creature. And with double Badlands Revival, now I'm, like, super incentivized to start milling myself. Must be nice, just turn 3 Marchesa. Just throwing it out there. It's pretty good. We did mill, by the way, the Freestrider Commando. That's awesome. Because when you reanimate that, it comes into play as a 5/5. Man, I really like this commando. It just combos with so many things. Just like having it flicker and come into play as a 5/5, but also giving you that flexibility of playing it turn 3. I like it. Oh, well, here's a random question. What are your thoughts on Spinewood Paladin? I know and when I was watching LR, they were super high on it. And I feel like because there's so many big green things, maybe it's not as good. I mean, it hits pretty hard, but like, it's a 5-mana 5/4. I mean, I guess you can plot it, so that makes it better. But all right, if you want to do nothing, I'll do nothing. Rooftop Assassin. Good job. I just didn't want to play into the counter target spell unless you pay 2. So I'm just waiting to get 1 more mana. Skewer the Critics. Okay. What is that? Slickshot Lockpicker. Do I want to kill this Rooftop Assassin? I don't think so. Oh, Rise of the Varmints is nice. Alright, return to the battlefield this commando. And we'll put the Burrow Fiend into our hand. Spectacle. Can you do this from your hand? Like, when you Slickshot Lockpicker, I think you need to pay 3, right? Because I couldn't cast the Cleave spell. So I feel like Spectacle is similar in that sense, but we'll see. Like I said, there's so many sick, crazy bombs in this format. Like, my hand, as aggressive of a start as I got, my hand is pretty capable of being able to beat just like beat my opponent in a regular game of Magic. So I want to save the Unfortunate Accident for like Terror of the Peaks or something along those lines. But they got a 5/5 they need to deal with. I mean, this was a 5 mana, put a 5/5 into play and get my best creature back into my hand. I'm in for that. All right, Crom. Hey, I mean, that's precisely what I wanted to save Unfortunate Accident for, so I'm happy about. I don't think they can skewer. Yeah, that's right. That is right. All right, I don't want Crom to get out of hand here. So let's just kill it now. I guess I could have chosen not to make a 1/1, but I think this 1/1 is still relevant. Like, I can now use the 1/1 to pump the Bloodseeker to attack through the Lockpicker. If I draw a land, I mean, oh man, the Shepherd of the Clouds is also awesome here. Just getting back the Stable Master. If I draw a land, I can go Burrow Fiend, Shepherd, return the Stable Master. That is really, really nice. Okay, Repulse. I mean, they've got a nice little Grixis control deck? I don't even know. Yeah, I mean, it's just like straight Grixis. All right, Slick Sequence, okay. All right, we drew the land, so that's huge. So now we can go this into... I actually want to return, I think the Bloodseeker into play. Actually, the Stable Master does give me a lot of options. And it also blocks their... You know what? It's got reach. I'll just put the reach creature back into play. Just to slow down the rooftop shenanigans. Like, I have good targets in play for the Badlands Revival already. Although, I do have Rise of the Varmints. I don't know. I'm at 16. I don't know. Yeah. Maybe I should have self-milled myself. I think maybe I was thinking a little too short term. My thought process was, I think they probably have... There's a really high likelihood that Shepherd of the Clouds dies here. And I wanted to just have a 2/2 reach creature to block the Rooftop Assassin just so they stop gaining life. So I can just keep putting pressure on their life total. But milling myself just makes the Burrow Fiend better. Oh! I should have also saddled... Oh my gosh. Paul. I am playing like a loose goose. All right. That was a very poor sequence of things. I should have tried to maximize... Well, you know what? It's not that bad here. So Shepherd is going to die to Hypothesis. So maybe I shouldn't have saddled here. Just to prevent damage. They discarded Siphon Insight. All right, so they have a sweet little control deck here. Ha! No attacks. Ha! That's right. Okay. What to do? What to do? Okay. That's a 5/5. Getting in for a lot here. Now let's see, what do I do? I can Badlands Revival again. The Shepherd and the Patient Naturalist. Oh, no. Shepherd and the Bloodseeker. Yeah, let's just do that. So return Shepherd to the battlefield and put Desperate Bloodseeker into my hand. And then return Patient Naturalist on... Oh, this is just insane. And then we'll play this and mill ourselves. Yeah. All right. I'm going to say that was a good turn. Man, is Badlands Revival good? Now, if they have a sweeper, like the... there's like Overwhelming Forces. That would be quite nice. But if they don't have it, I mean, this is just a lot for them to handle. I still feel like it likely would have been better for me to try to mill myself just a little bit more. But this is just a lot for... I mean, they're able to draw cards and kill, you know, slowly go through all of my threats. But I mean, I have a lot of power and toughness on the battlefield. Just like 2 combat steps and I'm going to be able to get in for a lot. Also, if they want to stabilize here, they're going to have to get rid of like 2 or 3 creatures here, in which case Rise of the Varmints gets a lot better too. The nice thing here is everything that they have is a 2 toughness creature. Ah, okay. Siphon Insight is a really cool card because it commits a crime. So Stubborn Burrow Fiend has been locked down. All right. Can I still saddle it to mill myself? I could. Let's just do that. What? You have something else? Skullduggery? Maybe? Could be a Skullduggery. Failed Fording? Wow. Okay. I'm not going to mill myself. I'm kind of afraid of like milling myself at this point. Like they hit something, I just want to make sure that I don't just get milled out. I could have milled myself once just to try to make extra tokens. I feel like this is enough tokens though. We'll see. You know what I mean? Like what can they possibly do here other than Wrath that can get them out of all this power and toughness in play? Like if they kill this and play 2 lifelink, yeah. All right. Black green. Our opponent had a really good Grixis control deck too, but the Badlands Revival, like our Signpost uncommons were just incredible there. Like we didn't even play our rares there, right? But just like our Signpost uncommons, like the Varmints making 4/2/1s, the 4/3 flyer was awesome, and then the Badlands Revival. Oh, yes. Black green self mill. I love it. Ooh, nice hand. Bloodseeker, Patient Naturalist, Badlands Revival. I love it. I love it. 5-0 here. Making a nice run with our very sweet self-mill deck. Ooh, another Patient Naturalist. I want to either hit a Plains or kind of miss, right? Just so that I can play my Shepherd of the Clouds. God, Patient Naturalist is so good in this deck. It's like a lot better than Desperate Bloodseeker. All right, black-red, maybe aggro. I have been run over by this deck before, but our deck's really good at surviving. We have double Bloodseeker, triple 1/3 Death Touch creature, right? So, yep, I'm not surprised that they made that block. Let's run out Naturalist to try to hit our land drops. Oh, and there is a Natural Plains. Give to me. Vadmir? Ooh, that's scary. Oh, wow. Into Desert. Okay. This is why you play removal spells. Forest? Yikes. I did have an option at a forest, but... Alright, what can we return here? The Burrow Fiend, I guess? Oh my gosh! Vadmir Tribal? What's going on here? Alright, at least they didn't attack us. Huh. I mean, I feel like I need to play a 5-drop this turn. But there's just like no great creature to get back right now, right? It's kind of interesting. I almost want to get back a forest. Although I think that's pretty bad, probably. I mean, it's honestly just the Burrow Fiend here. We still have a nice flyer. And if they kill this, then we can return it back into to play. All right, let's get a removal spell here for Vadmir. So they are... What colors are they? Interesting. All right, well... I will make the obvious block. All right, they got a good deck. Forest. Oh, I can't play it at instant speed, though. But I think that's fine. Let's just play a 6/5. All right, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 creatures in the graveyard. And then we can Badlands Revival these 2 back. Oh my gosh. I probably want to do what I can to get this Vadmir off the table. So we'll see what they do this turn. They were representing some kind of a combat trick when they attack with the Vadmir, so that is something to consider. Now, the Colossal Rattleworm also lets me get a Desert, although I don't think I care about that very much. But this is going to be a big turn from them. I feel. Do I just put everything in front of Vadmir? I might. Okay. Nothing from the opponent. All right. Let's go Burrow Fiend. Badlands Revival. Let's put Shepherd into play. Let's put Rattleworm into our hand. And let's return this and draw a card. I didn't even know that I milled this. Oh, wow. What a turn. Oh, and we drew a removal spell. Do I need to mill myself more? Sure. I think so. Okay, well, it was a couple lands. That's fine. All right, so they have a Vadmir. If they do, this can become a 6/6 Menace lifelink. That's huge. But I do have Unfortunate Accident now. Man, they went deep on deserts. What are the desert payoffs that are worth doing all of this? It's like the 3-mana uncommon creature, like Cactarantula, but that doesn't require that many. Huh. All right. Let's do this. Oh, there goes our Bristlebud Farmer. Let's attack. Sure. I'm surprised that that resolved. I don't know. I feel like sandbagging Hard Bristle Bandit doesn't really matter, but they have 3 cards left. Could be the Wrath. Nope, no Wrath. All right. All right. Is this going to be a back-to-back 7-0? We're well on our way here. Well on our way. Okay, we started out rough. But all you need to do is just open a bunch of busted green rares and draft a really sweet self-mill deck. We'll see. We have 3 shots at a trophy now. 6-0. All right, on the play, and this hand is awesome. Turn 2 Stable Master into some Patient Naturalist with a rattle. I mean, this is just a mono green beatdown hand. Please don't kill my Stable Master. Or if you do, please let me draw a land number 3. For Patient Naturalist. Okay, green-white. So, unless they have Journey to Nowhere. Prairie Dog, that card is amazing. Okay, I guess since I drew the land, I'm just going to play a 4-mana, a turn 3 6/5. Okay. Okay, buddy. Ornery Tumblewag. Do I want... I don't think I need the desert. I want the swamp. Let's see... Question is, should I attack with this? The fact that they have a huge life linker, I'm going to lean towards no this turn. Just because they can hit me back. But Tumblewag is silly powerful. Oh, come on. What is this curve? To be fair, I went turn 2 Stable Master into a Rattleworm. But what is this curve? Holy cow. Alright, you know what? Maybe we won't go 7-0. It's okay. That's the nature of Magic. We have busted cards. Our opponents can also play busted cards. That is the nature of the game. I don't even know what to do. I guess I attack with this. I'm gonna save this. Like, I can go Badlands Revival next turn and return these two. Put the Servant of the Stinger in play. Actually, do I do that? I don't know. Alright, Giant Beaver. What do they have for 1 green? We'll find out. Oh, is this Snakeskin Veil? No? It just died? Wow. I legitimately cannot believe that happened. Okay. Alrighty. What do I want to return? Like, there's so many good options here. The 1/3 Death Toucher seems really, really good. Or I can Badlands Revival. But then I can't play the Outcaster. Like, I want to get a 4-power creature in play. I can put the Burrower into play. No, I feel like I just want to... Oops. Oh, what am I doing? Let's just do this. Let's actually just put this back into our hand. Let's play this. Let's play this. Let's do this. All right. That was a good turn. That was a good turn. Don't care about any of those. What is happening? They are just getting super aggro. All right, let's just get things off the battlefield. Oh my god, this is so sick. I am having so much fun. Oh god. Oh my god, this is so insane. We'll return this to the battlefield. Put it, this, what do I want to put into my hand? This one. And then we'll put this into play. And it's a 5/5. Oh my gosh. This is unreal. This is unreal. All right, and then let's like do this. All right, hit for 7. And let's just hit for 7. I'll keep this 2/3 back and block the Vigilante. That way, if they commit a crime, I can still block. Honestly, you know what? I should have plotted this. I forgot about that. All right! And we did it! Wow! Wow. This was the dream. I mean, this was the dream deck. This was like, when you go, you know what? I think drafting black-green self-mill would be sweet. When you say that, when you put that thought into your head, this is literally the deck. This is literally the deck that you're looking for. I mean, this deck just was unreal. Badlands Revival with Shepherd of the Cloud. Like, I am so happy I splashed the white, by the way. The removal was relevant. Shepherd of the Clouds was amazing, right? Absolutely amazing. With the 2 mounts, getting it back, getting value, and then casting Badlands Revival on the Shepherd. Freestyle Commando, being able to put that into play for free. Reanimating 5/5s. The Outcaster just got us a bunch of value. Obviously, our 4-drops were awesome. The Burrow Fiend, by the way, I have a lot of respect for this card. This card is amazing. Most decks are just going to have 15 creatures in it, so this thing just often will attack. I mean, it's not a good blocker, right? It's not a good blocker, but it's a really, really great attacker. So I feel like if I'm just drafting any deck, I'm just going to take this very, very highly, just because also it's actually hard to come by really good aggressively slanted creatures in this format compared to the last set. So, you know, if you're drafting the green-white mount deck, Trained Erranks and Stubborn Burrow Fiend is kind of where you want to be. And yeah, this card did so much work. It hit so hard. And we had double Bloodseeker, double Naturalist as a way to mill ourselves. Servant of the Stinger didn't actually get to go off with this, but it just bought us a bunch of time. It's like a super ankle biter. And every now and then, if you are able to commit a crime with either your deserts or your removal spells, then you sack it, you go get the Badlands Revival, you go get whatever rare that you need to kind of get this going. And Rise of the Varmints was decent. It wasn't insane, right? But there were games where it was decent. You know, maybe if I have even more ways to mill myself and I draft a deck with like 18 or 19 creatures, this could have been better. But hey, we had a few games where, hey, paying 4 mana to get 3 2/1s is solid. And paying 4 mana to get 4 2/1s is excellent, right? It's excellent. So it wasn't completely absurd, but it was nice against all these decks that are trying to 2-for-1 you and get you with spot removal. And that's where Rise of the Varmints really stands out. And another nice thing about this deck is one of the popular archetypes right now is everybody's just trying to, like, everything is a 2-for-1 in this format, right? So how do you really go over the top of that? Well, a card like Badlands Revival, right? This is a 2-for-1, but it gets you tempo as well because it still puts that creature onto the battlefield. And if you get creatures back that also get you 2-for-1s, I mean, it kind of snowballs, right? Imagine just getting, like I said, the games where I got a Shepherd of the Clouds plus something into play, that becomes a 3-for-1. Right? How are you going to come back from that? It's just so hard to. So we had the Signpost uncommons. We prioritized making sure we had a couple of removal spells for bombs. And this deck just worked perfectly in harmony. And I am super glad that we went back-to-back trophies. Back-to-back trophies. And what does that mean, by the way? What is our rank? Diamond 4. All right. We are climbing. We are now out of Platinum and into Diamond. We are well on our way to Mythic. And hopefully maybe rank top 10, top 20 by the end of the season. We'll see. But this was an awesome draft, and I'm super happy that you were able to come along for this draft, for this amazing deck that we drafted. I mean, this was just a ton of fun. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Feel free to hit the like or subscribe button for more daily videos just like this. If you've enjoyed this content and wanted to support the channel in another way, the best way to do so is by joining the Patreon. The link to the Patreon is in the description below. Once again, shout out to all the current patrons. Really do appreciate all of your support, and even the feedback that you've been giving in the Discord is allowing me to become a better drafter as well. So thank you so much. Thank you for watching, and I will see you tomorrow.